Hello, and welcome to Lotus Center. In this practice today, it's a slow flow practice, and we'll incorporate moon salutations. Moon salutations can reconnect us with the yin energy that we all have inside. Normally, we associate this moon energy with the second chakra, which is also associated with the water element. And these yin qualities of water and the moon can reconnect us with moving with change, especially in these times of dramatic change globally. It's helpful to reconnect with this inner power that we all possess to flow with change, to experience a fluidity in our lives, and to allow whatever emotions might be happening for you, to allow the emotions to move as well. So in this practice, we are practicing moving in this fluid, resilient, accepting way. Let's start on the back to warm up. Come on to the back. And take a few moments. You may want to place one palm on the belly. Take a few moments and simply breathe. Reconnect with the fluidity, the ease of the breath's movement. Allow any surface tension to flow through you and get released. And simply notice whatever your inner experience is. For that too will change, as everything does in life. We'll start our warm-up bringing one knee in towards your chest and then the other knee. And take a moment to allow the knees to move around in whatever way feels comfortable. Breathing. Noticing what feels tight today in this practice and what might feel easy. Allowing it all. And now bring your hands to the kneecaps with the knees more over the hips, and begin to widen the knees and then bring them together. Again, notice what angle, what width feels the best to the body. And the next time the knees are wide, pause here. Relax the shoulders and the neck. And let's breathe in and stretch the legs out straight, keeping that wide angle. If that angle does not feel good at this point, bring the legs a little closer. Bend and straighten the legs from here in this wider angle. And then let's add a flow so that as you breathe in, we'll straighten the legs in that wide angle, and exhale, draw the legs together as you're imagining moving through water. Breathe in and allow the legs to come apart, and then bend the knees as you exhale. Breathing in as you straighten the legs wide. Exhale to draw the legs slowly together. Inhale, apart. Exhale, bend. Breathe in to straighten, keep the wide angle. Exhale the legs together. Let's do one more like that. Breathing in, moving the legs wide. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, keep wide. And exhale, bring the legs together. And bend the knees and bring the knees in towards your chest. Add any little movement here that feels good. And let's come onto hands and knees. Roll to one side. And make your way onto your hands and knees, cushioning the knees with a blanket if you wish. Breathe in and lift the chest and tailbone. Exhale into cat pose. Continue with this warming up movement for the spine. If you'd like, you can add some movements for the hips as well here. Moving in a way that still feels like a warm-up. So if you notice any place in the body that needs some extra attention from this position, go ahead and do that. Give that attention to those areas. Continue with either cat-cow or perhaps walk the palms forward slightly and come into puppy pose, maybe adding a flow with puppy, bringing the hips forward and back. Or if you wish, you could come into downward facing dog. Let's take 3 more breath cycles. Now begin to transition, still breathing, transition to where your feet are under the hips, grounded, planted, and come into a forward fold, either a half version of this fold, lengthening through the spine, maybe bending the knees if the hamstrings or low back are complaining, or if you'd like to fold more deeply, feel free to do that. Take a moment and see where you can experience some ease and resilience, maybe allowing the neck to move, whether you're in half or in your deeper fold, maybe allowing the shoulders to move in a way that feels pleasurable. And take one more breath in and out. And as you breathe in, lift the chest, straighten the legs, come all the way up and reach for the ceiling. And then exhale, bring palms together to heart center. We'll move through a couple sequences with half sun salutation. And then we'll move into a preparation for our moon salutations. So as you breathe in, open the arms wide and lift up, and then exhale over to one side. Breathe in and stretch up, and exhale to the other side in your side stretch. Breathe in and reach up. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, and breathe in, come into your half fold, and exhale, fold again. Breathe in, stretch up, reach for the ceiling. Stay here as you exhale and stretch over to one side. And breathe in and reach up. Exhaling, side stretch to the other side. Inhale to lift up. Keep the length in your spine as you exhale forward. Breathe in, come into your half fold. And exhale, fold more deeply if that feels good. Breathe in and reach up. And exhale, bring palms now to the heart center. And we'll rest the hands down by your side. sides. And step the feet wide apart. So you'll be facing now the long edge of your mat. And take a moment to identify what you're going to call the front of your mat and what you're going to call the back of your mat. Because we're all facing different ways, possibly. So let's point the foot closest to the front of your mat towards the front of the mat and bend that knee and come into warrior two. So you may want to have a shorter stance or a longer stance. So arrange the feet so that it does feel comfortable for you in this strong stance. So we'll bring the hands, the arms out from the shoulders and take a moment here to notice the strength in your foundation, but also bring some ease, maybe a little more ease to the neck and shoulders, maybe lowering the arms if that shoulder height is not comfortable. Breathe in and straighten the bent knee, and then exhale and bend it again. Let's do a few more. Breathing easily. Let's take one more breath in as you straighten the knee, and exhale, come into triangle pose. You may want to bring your hands to the hips or keep them stretched out. Either way, lengthen the side body and bring one hand down to the front leg, other hand can be at the hip or up towards the ceiling, whatever feels the most comfortable. Let's take 2 more breath cycles. Breathe in, lengthening the spine, opening the heart space, and exhale, drawing into your core. Breathing in and out. Take your next inhale to lift the chest. Come back to warrior two, bending the front knee. Turn the front palm up. And as you breathe in, come into peaceful warrior, lifting that arm up, relax the other shoulder. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, transition to side angle. So we're leaning towards the front of your mat, towards the thigh, pointing towards the front of your mat. Lengthen the side waist and bring arms in whatever position feels good as a way of lengthening this whole long side, top side of the body. One more breath in and out. Breathe in and straighten the leg, lift the chest, and exhale, bring the arms down. Now swivel the feet to point to the back of your mat. Bend that back-facing knee and bring the arms out from the shoulders, establishing this warrior two stance for the other side. So again, make any adjustments to the width of that your feet are apart, or any other adjustments so that the hips feel the best. So you may adjust how your feet are pointed. Let's start with the easy straightening and bending of the knee. If you'd like, you can lower the arms a little too if that brings more ease. A couple more breath cycles, bending and straightening the knee. Now with your next inhale, let's straighten the leg and come into triangle pose, reaching towards the back of the mat and arranging the arms in a way that feels the best to your body here. So it could be at the hips, could be arms wide or behind the waist. Take one more breath in and out. And then breathe in and lift the chest and come back to warrior two. Turn the back facing hand up towards the ceiling and breathe in, lift that arm up, come into peaceful warrior or reverse warrior. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, lengthen the spine towards the back of the mat, coming into side angle. Find the length along the side of the body that's facing the ceiling. Take one more breath in and out. Breathe in and let's straighten the leg, lift the chest, and exhale, bring the hands down. Now we can turn the feet towards the corners of your mat, and again, you may want to shorten or lengthen your stance here. We'll bend both knees. This is also a time to refine the stance. So we're going through each of the hip opening movements that are associated with one variation of moon salutations, so that when we're in that flow, you can allow the body to move because you're already kind of setting the muscle memory of where the body could go in a comfortable way. So here we're going to bring the arms wide with the palms facing forward, knees bent, knees pointing towards the middle part of each foot. And as you breathe in, let's straighten the legs, open the chest. You might want to squeeze the shoulder blades together. And exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows in goddess pose. Let's do a couple more. Breathe in to straighten and exhale to bend. Breathe in as you straighten. And now let's exhale and bring the toes pointing forward to the long side of your mat. Take another breath in here. Exhale, bend your knees, send the hips back. Bring the hands either down to the top of the thighs, or you may want to clasp the elbows. You could have your spine either more parallel to the mat, or you may want to hinge further from your hips. See what's the most comfortable. So hands could be at the elbows here, or staying at the thighs, or coming to the mat. We'll take a couple more breath cycles. You may want to add a little flow from side to side, a little sway, or stay still. Let's place the hands on top of the thighs with the knees bent. As you breathe in, straighten the legs, lift the chest, and come back to standing. Very good. Let's step to the front of your mat. So here is where you're going to remember which side of the mat you're calling the front of the mat and the back of the mat. So we'll move through these moon salutations, traveling from the front of the mat to the back of the mat, facing this long edge of your mat. Let's start with palms together at heart center. Find your breath, this fluid, life-giving energy of breath. Reconnect with the powerful energy in you already to move with life's changes, move with your own changes, and moving with the changes that you observe and experience in other people. So in behalf of that, let's start this moon salutation. As you breathe in, let's draw the arms forward and up. And exhale, stretch over to one side. Breathe in and reach up, and exhale to the other side. Breathe in and lift up. Let's do one more on each side. So we'll be going as slow as your breath can go. I may be going a little slower, faster, but move at your own pace. So let's breathe in and straighten. As you exhale, step the feet wider apart and hands apart. Breathe in here and turn the toes out towards the corners, and exhale back to goddess pose, bending the elbows and the knees. Breathe in and straighten, and exhale, bend. Breathe in and straighten the legs. Exhale the toes towards the long edge of the mat, and bring the arms in whatever position you'd like. Take another breath in, exhale, hinge forward, hands either at thighs, on the mat, or elbows clasped. 2 more breath cycles here, moving or staying still as you wish. Breathe in and come back to center, and exhale, place the hands on the top of the thighs. Breathe in and straighten the legs and lift the chest. And exhale, let's point the foot towards the back of the mat. Come into Warrior Two, bending that knee facing the back of the mat. Breathe in and straighten the leg. Exhale, bend. Let's do one more breath like that. Breathe in again, and then come into triangle pose on your exhale. Once you position the arms as you wish, let's take 2 more breath cycles. Let the breath be fluid and easy. Breathe in, come up, exhale to Warrior Two, turn the back palm up. Breathe in, lift that arm up into Peaceful Warrior, exhale completely here. Another breath in to lengthen the side body, exhale into side angle. Arms in whatever position works for your body. Take 2 more breath cycles. On your inhale, let's lift up, straighten the back leg. Exhale, bring the hands down, point the toes towards the long edge of the mat. Inhale, step towards the back of your mat. Find your grounding. Come back to the ease and resilience of the breath. Allowing however this practice is going for you so far. With your next breath in, let's reach the arms up. Exhale, stretch over to one side. And breathe in and reach up, and exhale to the other side. Let's do one more on each side. Breathe in as you come up. As you exhale, step the feet wider apart. Point the toes to the corners. Take an inhale here, and exhale, bend your knees, bend the elbows into goddess pose. Let's do one more. Breathing in, opening the heart, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend elbows and knees. Breathe in as you straighten. As you exhale, let's point the toes towards the long edge of the mat and bring the hands down to your thighs. Breathe in, exhale, bend the knees, send the hips back, hinge forward, arranging hands in a way that feels good. Take a couple more breath cycles here. Inhale your way back to center. Exhale, place the hands on top of the thighs. Breathe in, lift the chest and straighten the legs. And exhale, point the feet towards the front of the mat and come to Warrior Two. Stay here as you breathe and bend and straighten the knee. We'll take one more breath cycle in to straighten, and exhale to bend. Take your next breath in to straighten the leg, and then exhale into triangle pose. Once you've situated the arms, take another 2 breath cycles. Breathe in to come up and exhale to warrior 2. Turn this front-facing palm up towards the ceiling. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale here and feel your grounding. Breathe in and lengthen the side. And as you exhale, come into side angle, arms in a position that feels the best to your shoulders. Another 2 breath cycles. Let's breathe in and lift up, straighten the leg. Exhale, bring the arms down, point the feet to the long edge of your mat. Inhale, step towards the front of your mat. Find your grounding, find the resilience of breath. Let's do another sequence. Moon salutations. So we're reconnecting with fluidity, this power already in us to move with change. As you breathe in, stretch the arms up. Exhale, stretch over to one side. Breathe in and reach up, and exhale to the other side. Breathe in and lengthen. Exhale, step the feet wide. Point the toes out to the corners as you inhale and keep arms wide. Exhale, goddess pose, bending the knees and elbows. Breathe in and open wide as you straighten, and exhale, bend. Breathe in and straighten. Point the toes to the corners. And exhale, hinge forward. Hands can either be at your elbows, on your thighs, or at the mat. Take another couple breath cycles. Feel free to sway or not. As you breathe in, let's come back to center. Exhale, bring your hands to the top of your thighs with knees bent. Breathe in and lift up, straighten the legs, and then exhale. Point the toes towards the back of your mat, bend the back-facing knee, come into warrior 2. As you breathe in, we'll straighten the knee, and exhale, bend. One more breath cycle like that. Breathe in as you straighten the leg, and exhale, come into triangle pose. Finding a length for your spine and torso, arranging the arms so that it feels easy and fluid. A couple more breath cycles here. Take your next inhale to lift up, and then exhale back to warrior 2. Turn the back-facing hand towards the ceiling. Breathe in, move into peaceful warrior. Exhale here. Breathe in, exhale, side angle. Refine the position of your arms or feet, and take 2 more breath cycles. As you breathe in, lift up, straighten the leg, bring the hands down. Point the feet towards the long edge of your mat. With your next inhale, step the feet together, reestablish your grounding. Reestablish this connection to the quality of fluidity in the body. This ability to be with change. We'll do one more towards the front of your mat. As you breathe in, let's reach arms up. Exhale, stretch over to one side. Breathe in and reach up, and exhale to the other side. We'll do one more on each side. Move with the breath and allow this fluidity. As you exhale, let's step the feet wider apart. Inhale, point the toes to the corners, open wide. Exhale, bend the knees and elbows, goddess pose. Another breath cycle, goddess pose. Breathe in and straighten. Exhale, point the toes towards the long edge, bend the knees. Hinge forward, hands in a position that feels good. Take 2 more breath cycles here. Moving and flowing, or staying still and flowing with the breath only. Inhale your way back to center, and then exhale, place the hands on top of your bent thighs. As you breathe in, straighten and lift the chest. And exhale, point the foot towards the front of the mat, bend that front-facing knee, warrior 2. Breathe in and straighten the knee, and exhale, bend. One more breath cycle like that. As you breathe in, straighten the knee, and then come into triangle pose. Use your core muscles to assist with the stability of this pose so that you can take 2 more breath cycles, trusting your foundation and breathing with fluidity. As you breathe in, come up, exhale, warrior 2. Turn the front-facing palm up. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale here. Breathe in. As you exhale, come into side angle. Two more breath cycles. Trust your foundation of strength. As you breathe in, lift up, straighten the front-facing leg. Exhale, the arms down, point the toes towards the long edge. Inhale, step the feet together towards the front of your mat. Turn towards the front of your mat if you're not already there. Take an inhale. Let's reach the arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward, bending the knees if you'd like. Breathe in and come into your half fold. And then exhale, bend the knees to place the hands down. Step back either to hands and knees or to downward facing dog or to plank pose here. We're going to come onto the belly for a moment. If that does not feel good to your belly, you can stay on hands and knees and maybe come into cow pose or alternate with a gentle cat-cow. If belly is okay for your practice today, lower all the way down. Any variation of Cobra, 1 is placing hands down on the mat. Put some energy down through the legs. Press down through the hands and lift the chest. Find some ease in your neck and see if you can drop the top of the shoulders down away from the ears. If you find that you're struggling here, come to a resting pose or lower down slightly until you can take another breath cycle or two in a way that feels more fluid for the breath. Now let's all lower down and we'll come onto the back. So arranging yourself in a way that's comfortable for the back. You can pause here with the knees pointing towards the ceiling, or if it's comfortable for your knees and your hips, you can place the soles of the feet together and the knees wide. This is a position where you could place a block under the thighs or a pillow under one or both thighs if there's some discomfort. Take a moment, if you wish, you could place one palm on the belly. Come back to this inner quality of ease and resilience. Connect to your natural breath, the fluid breath. You can stay here for a few more moments, or if you wish, you could bring one knee over to the other knee and come into a twist. Gentle twist. If you're doing the twist on one side, ease your way to come on to the twist on the other side as well. Keeping your grounding and arranging the head in a way that's the most comfortable for the neck, that allows the most ease and resilience of the joints and the spine of the neck. If you're in the twist, let's come out of the twist now. If you're still in this wide-legged position, let's bring the knees up and then bring one knee in towards your chest and then the other, hugging the knees or adding any movement here or any stretch that you wish, such as happy baby. So whatever feels good in terms of moving the body easily. We're just in the preparation for Shavasana, for corpse pose. So whatever movement or any other stretch that you wish, feel free to add that now. If you want more time with your stretch, you can pause the video here. Otherwise, begin to settle the body. And if you have a concern about time, we'll move into corpse pose for as long as you can, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, or whatever time you can give this part of your practice. I encourage you not to cut this too short. This part of the practice allows a deepening of the practice so that you're more focused inside than on the outer movement. So allow the body to settle. If you wish, you can set an alarm on your watch to 10 or 15 minutes, or just give this the time that your body seems to need. As the body stills, notice what's still moving inside. And rest in your awareness. Whatever's happening around you, you remain as you are, aware. Regardless of what's happening in you, you remain as you are. Rest here. Namaste.